Hey guys, Trevor John coming to another Watcher of Realms video. Alright, so on this one, you will see that I have one fight done on the guild boss. We have just finished a summoning session. We pulled over almost 300 shards. We got a few things, not great things. We're gonna go ahead and show what we got, as well as talk about what I've done to improve the guild boss team. Now, I am not, full disclosure, it's not like I'm a guild boss god by any means. I am only hitting Nightmare 3, and I got, so far, I'm at like a little over 10k. This means I can maybe touch a little bit of Nightmare 4 into like Reward 2 area, probably more than likely, but no more than that. But what we are going to show is what I did to get to this point, and maybe that'll help you on your account really understand the breakdown of this is what's going to make my particular account better. All right, so first things first, I do want to go ahead and thank my guild. Actually, they were the ones who kind of were like, they watched my YouTube videos and they're like, hey, John, like we can definitely help you do a lot more damage. You have the characters. I've seen comments on my channel where people are like, hey, like you should not be struggling as hard as you are for guild boss. You should definitely be knocking it out of the park with the champions you have. And I never disagreed with that. I just knew that from my experience, it was lack of really understanding, a little bit of lack of synergy, that was causing me to not necessarily get as many gains as I should have to do as much damage as possible. So massive shout out to my guild. They helped me out, especially my leader. Greatly appreciated it. So what we did is, one, we reconfigured some gear. We reconfigured some gear to make them a little bit better, a little bit more damage heavy. And it definitely made a big difference. So set room, we re-geared. We also have taken all these guys' gear up to 16 that we have here. Now I do have a yellow on him, unfortunately, and that's just because it's halfway decent piece. I need to go farm gear raid 1 again, kind of get some more. I just haven't done it yet. I've been kind of trying to do gear raid 2 to get all these extra ones done here, because I feel like you get more fluff for your buck. These are great for set bonuses. These are really good for overall stats that you need on your champions. But like even a Hex now, we got him at max crit. We got him all 16 here again. His skills, he's almost maxed out, right? He needs 3 more and then he's totally maxed. Really, if he needs 2 more here and then 1 there. Oh crap, we still have another 2 up there, man. He's so expensive. Still more to go. And just JK, just kidding. But if we go to gear here on our good buddy Wrath here, once again, his crit rate's capped out. Crit damage, he's getting up there because we got him crit damage here. His attack is a little bit low right here now, but it's okay. We'll get him up there eventually. It's fine. He does a massive amount of damage. Falcia has been hitting like a truck. She does do a lot of damage on my comp, and it's lovely. I totally slept on Pyros. Didn't realize what he could do, how he can help me. I just finished maxing his skill, so we'll see if that makes a big difference. But his ultimate is spicy, right? Ultimate is definitely spicy. So is his passive, vulnerability, and for both physical and magic. Those are really nice. Now, when the market explodes, unfortunately, you know, we don't kill anything. But that's okay. It does help. It does actually equate to something, especially with this ultimate as well. But yeah, it's not like when you kill them and they explode. That kind of a skill. Anyways, moving on. Dolores, she has really been the main go-to for this composition and for my progression, to be honest. Put her in all attack bonus, you know, for maximum heals, as well as just as much attack as possible that I could get on her, because I really wanted to maximize this inspiration, right? So inspiration it's a percentage. 40% of her attack gets applied to everyone else. It's amazing, right? Like that is always a good thing to have. It's just going to do a lot of good extra things for you. Same thing with, you know, healing multiplier here and attack based healing to all allies in ranged. So the more attack you give her, the better she stays healed. I don't really need so much the healing from her as I really do need her ultimate for the extra attack, right? Do more damage. Big numbers. Everyone loves big numbers. But yeah, so that's kind of doing that. So let's go ahead and let's first go to the guild boss run that I just did a little bit before recording this video, before doing my summons. My goal was, I was going to do my summons, hopefully get something broken, build it, and then record a new and improved guild boss team. That unfortunately did not happen. But what we will do is we'll go ahead and we'll pull up the previous run. Now I have made a couple of tweaks since this run. I'm on that forever grind trying to make my guild boss better. So far, Hex is doing most of my damage. Wrath, like we said, like his attack was low, but his crit damage is really, really high. His attack was still high enough to where he's pumping out the deeps, right? Because he's getting that increased attack from Dolores down here, so he's made up for it, right? So it made a difference. It was okay to have him at as much crit damage. Arrogance is just arrogance. He always does massive amount of damage. I mean, it's burning damage, right? On top of his own kit. Thalcia, not bad. Almost 13k here. When I use Ziltu, I get less damage, so she's a good, like if I leave Ziltu in and leave her out, I get more damage from Thalcia all day long. She's got a nice kit, synergized as well. Setram, obviously once we got him adjusted a little bit higher on the attack, it made a big difference because obviously his ultimate will proc, and he's great for breaking shields, and his ultimate will ramp up to 100% crit rate anyway, so you don't necessarily have to build him right from the rip with 100%. It is nice though, especially having that attack speed on him. But then even then, Pyros did almost 8 million damage, and that's where that ultimate came in that we were just talking about, as well as his passive that also helps with the basically the physical and magic defensive down. But yeah, so it's not bad, not a bad run. Let's go ahead and we're going to fire it up. We will do one run and we'll talk about it. So we'll talk about some of the mistakes I've made and what led me to make these correct choices. So first off, you'll notice I do have 2 lords. I do recommend everyone run 2 lords. The reason being is, if you guys have watched my content, you know I absolutely hate placing characters and then pulling them up. I hate it. I hate doing that. It drives me freaking nuts. However, the reason why you do that is because when you look at a lord's skill, right, it's proportional. It's going to be proportional to, okay, well, how many of them do you have out there, and is it worth it? So it's just one of those situations where, like, okay, so maybe not so much with the Pyros. I mean, his does help, but like, for example, Torador's, when I go to his Lord skill here, every time a faction ally is deployed, all deployed faction allies gain 5%, 10%, 20%, 35% additional, right? So for each character that has the same faction as him, it's going to get increased. Now, ideally, I would have another go-to, like I'm not gonna use Volca because she doesn't hit as hard, but like Abomination would be halfway decent, but it's just not built quite right. I would need another one in here to really get more deeps, but I can't. But the nice thing is the current composition works really, really well. I'm going to talk through what I do for it while I place it, and then we'll auto run it. And during the auto run, we'll kind of talk in general about some of the strategy that's basically explained to me that I kind of ignored because I hate the way that mechanic works. So first off, we go ahead and we throw our lords. I like to throw the trash ones in, the ones that I'm not going to keep down anyways. Get these thrown going here. I'm putting her in this corner so that way she hits all this corner. That's very key because every single person will be touched by her that's actually used in this composition. Then I throw in my Wrath because he's going to go in front of whoever I'm going to put behind. Throw in my Thalcia. Throw in my Arrogance. Boom. See right at the end, right at that route there, right? I'll go ahead and throw in the healer. See, the healer now comes all over here, and you'll notice that we have 3 more ranged units in here. So we'll go ahead and throw him in there. Now let's go ahead and get Pyros abilities ultimate proc in here. Go ahead and get rid of those 2. We'll unsummon them, and then we will throw in Hex. Make sure he's overlapping here so we can get some damage, and throw Setram in over here. Boom. Notice that also Pyros is about to pop as soon as I drop him. It's okay. We're going to go ahead and pop him because as soon as we pop him, basically, Thalcia is going to be pretty much ready. Her ultimate is super short, so it's going to go ahead and get that multiplier as well, because since they're all going to be targeting together. Now we're going to go ahead and pop the Dolores and the Hex. Ideally, I would have had these gone like their rage regen would have been a little bit more, so that way like we would get a full effect from Pyros as well as doing all these. Ideally, Pyros is last in the rotation. You would proc all of your ultimates and then Pyros. Now, right now we're going to do set room. He's going to go ahead and they broke his shield without even needing set room, which is great, right? So notice the damage we're doing here. We're already up to a high number. Let's go ahead and pull Pyros and let him keep going, especially while set room's going to be proccing his damage here. We're not going to get any other massive ultimates out of this right now, but that's okay. Go ahead and turn this up to 2 times speed. We're almost, I don't know, well, getting close to halfway through the fight. And we'll go ahead and pop Dolores, and there we go. Falcio get the bonus here, and yep, we should be able to use him one more additional time before everyone else procs. This will be the last time we use his ultimate before we wait until we use it with set room, I believe is the rotation. We'll go ahead and proc him, and there we go. Hex, let him go do his thing. Basically, we want to knock down that shield, which is boom, done. We're going to wait 2 seconds here for, yep, that situation right there, and pop it just like that. Now set room will go ham and do a crap ton of damage. Falcia is in the mix as well. Notice the ultimate finished here. This is kind of what I was looking to get out of the whole thing anyways. We're 2 minutes left and we're over 6,300. I did about 10k on the last run of this. It is RNG. I'm probably going to try to keep it. Oh, man, this is a tough one. I hate sitting on their ultimates, even though I think in this case it would have been better had I waited just a second longer. Mainly waited for hers to get done, and then when hers would have gotten ready, would have been one of those where his would have been active for that too as well. But you know what? It is what it is. We're still doing a crap ton of damage, right? Broke the shield again. Boom, 8,400. We're going to do a seeding amount of damage, and again, his ultimate procs. Get set room going. So we're definitely doing good DPS right now, especially compared to what I was doing before, right? Like I was doing pretty trash DPS when you guys were watching me before. Now we're at least gonna 2-key the final chest. It looks like we're gonna make it to that mark, especially proccing that ultimate there with Falcia going now. Boom, there we go. Now we're guaranteed the better chest, or the best chest on the Nightmare 3. This will be the first time I've ever gotten that. A lot of DPS still left on the table though, guys. Like this was just literally utilizing champions that I wasn't really utilizing placement better. I didn't have great placement before, so that was much better placement than what I've had in the past. And overall, yeah, it's just gonna make a big difference for me, because as you can see there, that's my second attack, ultimate reward here. These rewards are great, right? Especially like Guild Wars, like getting one of these is great right now. On top of that, we got Ancients coming, like getting a legendary hero soul stone, like hello, like the rewards are god tier, right? You want to get them. You want to max out what you can get. Obviously, yeah, if you can go and do something else, right, it's cool too. But is it as cool as it would be if you get all these? So yeah, but we're making progress, and it is advancing, believe it or not. And it's really thanks to my guild and just basic principles that I just kind of showed you guys, right? Like my stats aren't nothing big. Like I'm not like rocking on like god tier stats on any of these champions by any means. They're not, I wouldn't say they're anything like spectacular. A lot of you probably have a lot better stats on your champions as well, but the biggest thing is just simply, trying to get as close to that 100% crit rate as you can. Attack interval speed up is very, very important. I'm lacking on that in a lot of the various areas, but honestly, just placement around like Dolores, understanding how that works, using only one healer, so that way you can use one healer, 3 fighters, 3 ranged, and then Dolores for a booster. Like it's great support. Vortex carries with heals, right? And he's not even like that great. I mean, we've only got him at 32k health, which is kind of low. I mean, he should be a lot higher than that realistically, but that's where he's at, and it's working well. We're using HP, we're using attack speed, and we're using rage regen, so that way we can really just get out the heals for him, as much utilization as I can. And I could obviously get his attack speed up higher. I could get his HP up a little bit higher, but at the end of the day, it's not going to necessarily help me the best. It doesn't not going to help me do more damage, right? And his gift is nothing that does anything with damage. It's actually useless, right? Like I guess I shouldn't say it's useless. He's got the oh crap heal, right? But yeah, overall in general, guys, like nothing too major, but it makes a big difference. Like, just doing some of the basic stuff to really make a good progression team. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm kind of pivoting a lot to where Guild Boss is my main priority to get those God tier type rewards. Because once that team's dialed in, then you can get better rewards. Then you can start focusing on your other teams. Now, Gear Raid 2, I'm at 18. I'm almost to the point where I can do 19. I'm getting really, really, really close. Same thing with Gear Raid 1. I'm getting super close to being able to do 19 on this one as well. So once I can do 19 on either one of these, it's going to be game changing. That's on the priority by all means. But Gear Raid 2, I think is going to be the main priority. I think that's going to be the first one that we're really going to focus the most on. And that is just simply because of the sets I'm using currently. Like, it just makes the most sense for me to try to get more of these sets, right? Improve heroes. I almost have these heroes in decent gear. Might as well farm the sets so I can get even better gear. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully this just helped you. Hopefully my breakdown of how to do the guild boss, how I'm doing it currently, what the advice was given to me, helps you. Hopefully it translates. If it does, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Until next time, have a good rest of your day. Peace.